Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode in our journey through versions. We have updated from Alpha 1.0.10 to Alpha 1.0.11. And this update actually excites me a lot because if you notice in my hotbar here, we have bricks. That's right, this update added clay and sugarcane. It actually added a pretty fair deal of blocks, all things considered, which should be obvious, is much needed because we've been using the same blocks since we started pretty much. We just have to find a use for them. So, to figure out how useful these blocks are, I am going to dig out this area here. And that is so I can just sort of extend, get a feel for the block. So let's go cut to that. I kind of like it. This was just sort of a completely unnecessary way to experiment, see what we can do with like the blocks we have. Wool and brick is a nice combo, I like it. It has a lot of contrast. Once again, I feel like we need a bit more fleshing out of up here. Sort of to focus on the front of the base, because the front of the base right now, whilst it is really well done, like compared to everything else back there, there are still parts that feel empty. And that is what I'm looking to solve right now. Partially because I don't have any ideas for the back. If you have any ideas for the back area over there, please let me know. I would absolutely love to do them. Unless the idea is really ambitious, in which case I might not be able to do it. But you know, we'll find out. So I do have an idea, but it's not really a good idea. It's just an idea to have something relatively simple over here. Say, if we do this, we can have a nice little farm. Get out of here, cow. It is just to fill space to match the completed look of that side. You know, whilst we could always add more detail to this sort of area, not necessary. There we go. That's a sugarcane farm. And it's right next to our marketplace, so we could actually have this place, instead of selling smooth stone, be selling sugarcane, because it's right here. Now, time for the elephant in the room. We may have had all the small projects, but we really got to focus on like the bigger projects here. And for that, I'm gonna do a few mock stands, just sort of as a way to, I don't know, ground this area in reality. Let's say you could put like 3 stands here. They're not very pretty, but they don't gotta be pretty. They're really not pretty, actually. I need to fix that. Let's be real here, we already know the sides are just not going to age well. So we're just going to leave it as is. If it ages like milk, it ages like milk. We'll just have to live with that consequence of acknowledging our failures. You know, I'm probably only going to do a Ferris wheel and then like a little roller coaster thing. And then I'm going to move on to the next project because this specific project here, I am really not feeling it. So, little roller coaster, the little sort of carnival vendors, and then that would be it. After that, nothing. Yeah, you can kind of see that this is meant to be just, you get the idea. What I want to figure out is how do you make certain things. Let's see. Will this speed up the minecart? I'm figuring out ancient technology here. This is a minecart booster. It is one that hopefully automatically renews itself. So if we give the minecart a slight push. Ooh, it doesn't work. So I'm doing it wrong. I know that for sure. But how wrong am I doing it? I've come to the conclusion that we are a few updates too early for this. We are ahead of our time, and we will be going back to this in 3 episodes. That being said, I do think I'll make a primitive roller coaster, but just one that goes downhill. It will be quite pathetic. Before we eventually tear it down and make a new one with the minecart boosters. It's just gonna be something tiny. Sort of a proof of concept, one could say. Now this is me building it without testing in any way, so for all I know, it could just completely flop. As seen, it's a very basic layout that I built right here. Just goes down, up a smaller hill, then around, then up over here and down. Do I think this will work on first try? No. Wee. What? I liked that. I actually really liked that. You can see, like, I did take advantage of my knowledge of the minecart physics. I wasn't expecting that to work on first try, but it does. Is it a great roller coaster? No. But is it a good short time? Yes. Anyways, I have run out of ideas for what I'm gonna do. I was planning on building something bigger here, but plans unfortunately changed. Also, with how this roller coaster is designed, I think I'm going to keep it here, but add a bit of decoration. And then, like, we can have a second roller coaster. One when we introduce the minecart boosters where we take advantage of that. But for now, I will be seeing you all later.